I'd like to welcome all of the family and friends of our wonderful brides. Naturally, today is about them, but in particular the love that they share for one another. Love in general is the most sought upon thing in the entire world, and we are lucky that it has brought us here today. Sorry. Anyone who knows Abigail or Nicole will attest to this fact. As we hope to gain insight into the idea of love, we look to our first reading, read by Caitlin. It's an excerpt from A Farewell to Arms by Ernest Hemingway.
At night, there was the feeling that we had come home, feeling no longer alone, waking in the night to find the other one there, and not gone away. All other things were unreal. We slept when we were tired, and if we woke, the other one woke too, so one was not alone. Often one wishes to be alone, and if they love each other, they are jealous of that in each other. But I can truly say we never felt that. We could feel alone when we were together, alone against the others. We were never lonely and never afraid when we were together.
Thank you, Caitlin. That was beautiful. Our second reading is by Walt Whitman, a poem, great American poet. No, you're second. Yes. Our second reader will be Allison.
Alans, the road is before us. It is safe. I have tried it. My own feet have tried it well. Be not detained. Let the paper remain on the desk unwritten, and the book on the shelf unopened. Let the tools remain in the workshop. Let the money remain unearned. Let the school stand, mind not the cry of the teacher. Let the preacher preach in his pulpit. Let the lawyer plead in the court, and the judge expound the law. Camarado, I give you my hand. I give you my love, more precious than money. I give you myself before preaching or law. Will you give me yourself? Will you come travel with me? Shall we stick by each other as long as we live?
Thank you, Allison. We'll now hold a candle lighting ceremony. Will the mothers rise, please? Each candle symbolizes their daughter.
Is that our brother? I think so.
Thank you.
And they're out.
Okay. You guys. The flame embodies their everlasting love for one another. I will now read the third reading. An excerpt from Plato's Symposium. Humans have never understood the power of love, for if they had, they would have surely built noble temples and altars and offered solemn sacrifices. But this is not done, and most certainly ought to be done, since love is our best friend, our helper, and the healer of the ills which prevent us from being happy. To understand the power of love, we must understand that our original human nature was not like it is now, but different. Human beings each had 2 sets of arms, 2 sets of legs, and 2 faces that looked in opposite directions. There were 3 sexes of them, one comprised of 2 men, called the children of the sun, one made of 2 women, called the children of the earth, and a third made of man and woman, called the children of the moon. Due to the power and might of these original humans, the gods began to fear that their reign might be threatened. They sought for a way to end the humans' insolence without destroying them. It was at this point that Zeus divided the humans in half. After the division, their two parts of each, desiring the other half, came together, throwing their arms about one another, entwined in mutual embrace, longing to grow into one. So ancient is the desire of one another which is implanted in us, reuniting our original nature, making one of two, and healing the state of humankind. Each of us, when separated, having one side only, is but the indenture of a person, and we are always looking for our other half. Those whose original nature lies with the children of the sun are men drawn to other men. Those from the children of the earth are women who love other women, and those from the children of the moon are men who are drawn to one another. Women and men, sorry. And when one of us meets our half, we are lost in an amazement of love and friendship and intimacy, and would not be out of the other's sight for even a moment. We pass our whole lives together, desiring that we should be melted into one, to spend our lives as one person rather than two. This is the very expression of our ancient need, and the reason is that human nature was originally one, and we were a whole, and the desire and pursuit of the whole is called love.
That's beautiful.
I'd like to take a minute to discuss our readings and see what we could derive from them. Our first reading was by Ernest Hemingway, and what that was trying to tell us is that love creates a bond between two people, which is more important than anything that they could find anywhere else in life at all. The second reading, which is Walt Whitman's Song of the Open Road, is about living in the now, being present, and being in love with one another in the moment. And the third reading was Plato's Symposium, was generally about how the reasoning behind, it's not necessarily true, obviously, but Plato is known for creating stories which seem to explain what we see, but can't really explain in any other way. So I think his explanation of love so far is the most accurate that I could find. That's why I chose to do that as our third reading. And although there really isn't a good explanation for love, I suppose biologically, I think it would be better for us to think of it in Plato's way. Although it's a little ridiculous.
I like him. He's cute.
We will now go over the vows that you have created for one another. Repeat after me. Abigail first. Nicole. Fantastic. That's Nicole. Thank you. Okay. Repeat after me, Abigail. I, Abigail, take you, Nicole, to be my wife, my partner, my best friend, my soulmate. In sickness, I will nurse you back to health. In health, I will encourage you on your path. In sadness, I will help you to remember. In happiness, I will be there, I will be there to make memories with you. In happiness, I will be there to make memories with you.
In happiness, I will be there to make memories with you.
In poverty, I will do all that I can to make our love rich.
In poverty, I will make all that I can to make our love rich.
And in wealth, I will never let our love grow poor.
And in wealth, I will never let our love grow poor.
This I pledge to you.
This I pledge to you.
Now with this ring,
Now, with this ring,
will you make all of my dreams come true by saying I do?
will you make all of my dreams come true by saying
Your turn. Ready? I, Nicole, take you, Abigail, to be my wife, my partner, my best friend, my soulmate. In sickness, I will nurse you back to health. In health, I will encourage you on your path. In sadness, I will help you to remember. In happiness, I will be there to make memories with you. In poverty, I will do all that I can to make our love rich. And in wealth, I will never let our love grow poor. This I pledge to you. Now, with this ring, will you make all of my dreams come true by saying, I do? These rings, with no beginning or end in sight, symbolize the eternal relationship in which you validate today. Wear them in recognition of the love you share for one another. By the power invested in me by the great state of New York, I hereby pronounce you wife, and wife, you may now kiss. Thank you all for attending the ceremony. Your presence is greatly appreciated. Enjoy the remainder of the celebration.
Thank you.